पकड़ सकते हैं।
कीर्तन चले, कीर्तन करें।
जय राधा माधव। जय राधा माधव कुंजा बिहारी, जय राधा माधव कुंजा बिहारी, जय राधा माधव कुंजा बिहारी। जय गोपी जनवल्लभा गिरधारी, यशोदानंदना व्रज जननंदना, यशोदानंदना व्रज जननंदना, यमुना तीरा वनचारी, यमुना तीरा वनचारी, जय राधा माधव कुंजा बिहारी, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमती भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी नामे नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे विशेषणे पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। So, till what time I have to speak? 50 minutes from now, right?
50 minutes.
Okay. Give me 5 minutes. This thing. So, welcome all of you for this wonderful program of Gaura Purnima today. Who has come for the very first time? Okay, one more. Yeah. So 2 people have come for the first time. So I'll start from the very basics. So most of the devotees are already aware of Caitanya Mahaprabhu. Caitanya Mahaprabhu is the incarnation of Lord Krishna. So as the name suggests, Gaura Purnima. Purnima means full moon day. What is special about this full moon day? Because every month, every 15 days we have one Purnima. But especially in the month of Falgun, which is like February or March, in that month, Falgun Purnima, Lord appeared, Caitanya Mahaprabhu appeared. So that's why it's called as Gaura Purnima, the appearance day of Caitanya Mahaprabhu, Gaura Mahaprabhu. So there are various sections of today's session. The first section will be the birth of Caitanya Mahaprabhu. Second section will be what are the Shastric references of Caitanya Mahaprabhu appearing in this world. Then we will see why Caitanya Mahaprabhu appeared, and then what we can learn from it. And then finally we will talk about what are the prerequisites of attaining mercy of Caitanya Mahaprabhu. And then finally we'll talk about the mercy. Okay, so the first section is the appearance of Caitanya Mahaprabhu. So once upon a time, almost like approximately 600 years ago, there was a person named Upendra Mishra. He lived in a village called as Dhaka Dakshin, and that particular, at 600 years ago, it was a big Bharat Varsha. But now if you see that particular village, it falls under the northern district of Bangladesh. So from that place, Upendra Mishra lived. And Upendra Mishra had a son named Jagannath. Upendra Mishra, being a Brahmanical scholar, by default, his son Jagannath wanted to study scriptures. And especially he was interested in the astrological part of the scriptures. So at that time, he figured out who is the most prominent teacher teaching astrology from the scriptures. So at that time he found there is a person called as Nilambar Chakravarti who lived in Navadvip. So Jagannath Mishra, as we all know, many students, they travel from one place to another to complete their studies or for the higher education. Many of you might have come to Western world for higher education. Similarly, Jagannath Mishra also wanted that higher education in astrology, so he travelled from Dhaka Dakshin, that is a small village, to Navadvip Dham. At that time it was just Navadvip. So when he came, Jagannath Mishra learnt astrology from Nilambar Chakravarti, and by the end of his studies, Jagannath Mishra, Hare Krishna, can we lower the voice please? So at the time when the study was almost complete, at that time Nilambar Chakravarti saw that Jagannath Mishra had divine qualities, and he thought he is a very good prospect for my daughter, and his daughter's name was Sachi Devi. So he got them married, and Jagannath Mishra and Sachi Devi, they settled in Navadvip on the banks of river Ganga. They settled. After that, it happened that Sachi Devi gave birth to 8 daughters, one after another. And it was a tragic thing that every daughter, after she was born, she died of natural causes. It was not any kind of female infanticide at that time. They died of natural death, natural causes. So just imagine the plight of Sachi Devi. If we lose one children now, our children get hurt, how much pain we feel. Now 8 daughters back to back of Sachi Devi, they died. But her consciousness remained intact. That was the power of her devotion towards Lord Vishnu, towards Jagannath. At that time, there was another person named Advaita Acharya. He was nearby, and he saw during that time, none of the person around him had devotion in their heart. People were either atheist, who did not believe in God, or they were theistic, but they approached Lord only for some material desires, fulfillment of their own sense gratification. That was the desire to approach the Lord. So he felt very sad. Now again, just try to fathom it, that Advaita Acharya at that time, 600 years ago, he's feeling that people are materialistic. people don't have devotion in the heart. Now just imagine if Advaita Acharya would have been present now, what would he feel? 600 years back, everyone agrees, right? The consciousness of people were much more good, much more pious. In India, in remote villages where the TV and nothing was existed, everyone was Krishna conscious. Still Advaita Acharya felt that there is no devotion in the heart. And at this present moment, we all know what is our condition. Even after being devotees, our consciousness is as good as a non-devotee. We approach the Lord only for some material gains, for some happiness, at least peace of mind. That's what we look for. We perform devotional service for that appreciation from other devotees. That is what desire for. So Advaita Acharya thought that people don't have devotion in the heart. So he prayed to Lord, "Oh Lord, as per the scriptures it is said that Kali Kale Namupe Krishna Avatar. In this Kali Yuga, Krishna's holy name is the most purificatory process. But people don't have faith on that holy name. Do something, come here and propagate the glories of the holy name." So, accepting the prayers of Advaita Acharya, Lord started his plan of coming into this material world. So, at that time, Balramji expanded himself and entered into the womb of Sachi Devi. So if you see, the situation is pretty much similar to Krishna Leela. Krishna's Devaki lost 6 child. Then Balramji appeared in the womb of Devaki. He ensured that her womb is pure enough for Lord to appear. Everything is set properly. And then Balramji got transferred to Rohini Mata, and then Krishna appeared in the womb of Devaki. Similar over here, Balramji came, entered into the womb of Sachi Devi, and purified her womb. And then he came out and he was named as Vishwaroop. Then the Lord appeared in the womb of Sachi Devi. Acharyas explained that it was not this pregnancy was not a result of some sexual activity, like most of every one of us are born that way only. So it was that the Lord appeared in the heart of Jagannath Mishra. From his heart, Lord transferred to the heart of Sachi Devi. From Sachi Devi's heart, it entered to the womb of Sachi Devi. And that's how Lord was present in Sachi Devi. Now in general, children come out of the womb in approximately 9 months, 13 days as per the Ayurvedic calculation. But Lord over here, he did not come out even after a year. So Jagannath Mishra reached out to his father-in-law, Nilambar Chakravarti. Jagannath Mishra himself was a great astrologer, but still we can learn from here. Even though you are capable enough, but if you have some senior devotee around you, you have to give them the chance to speak up. That is the tradition which we follow. So Jagannath Mishra, even though he was qualified enough to predict what is happening, still he went to Nilambar Chakravarti and he asked, "What is happening?" Nilambar Chakravarti said that your child is waiting for the right moment. So like Garga Muni, when Garga Muni was called for the name-giving ceremony of Krishna and Balram, at that time Garga Muni knew that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but he did not disclose it. Similarly over here, Nilambar Chakravarti knew that the child within the womb of Sachi Devi is Lord himself, but he did not disclose. He said, your child is waiting for the right moment, and that right moment is today, Falgun Purnima. So the situation was that, as you know, Falgun Purnima is the day when we have also lunar eclipse. So generally Purnima is considered auspicious and Amavasya is considered as inauspicious. But because of Grahan, because of the eclipse, the inauspiciousness increases. And at that time devotees chant the names of the Lord. So at that time, during the Grahan, during the 10 minutes of Grahan, everyone was standing at the bank of Mother Ganga and chanted Hari Hari. What they chanted? Hari Hari. So one person chanted, the person next to him started chanting Hari Hari. And after some time it happened, it was almost like a national anthem when everyone is standing up and chanting Hari Hari. People are so tired. Hari Hari. Yeah. So unless and until that loud chanting of Hari Hari happened, Lord did not appear. So he chose this moment when the glorification of holy name was on the top of voice. Only 5 minutes left. I started the class. I started at 7:10. You have to end early.
No, take your time, but just a reminder.
Okay. This was the first slide. Okay, fine. So I will rush now. Somehow I'm getting the reaction of, I remember another devotee when he came, we asked him to wrap up early, and today I'm getting that reaction. So, okay. So Lord appeared, Lord chose this particular moment. So from the childhood, he's declaring it that when the holy name is there, that is the most auspicious event. From Shastric reference, there are many Shastric reference. I will take just one of them. In Srimad Bhagavatam it says, Krishna Varnam Tusha Krishnam Sango Pangastra Parshadam Yadnaihi Sankirtana Praye Yajantihi Sumedasa. So the way the child is crying behind, similar to that, Lord used to cry. He used to cry so much and he would not stop unless until people started chanting Hare Krishna. So similarly, Lord, from the birth, he ensured that people are chanting the holy names of the Lord. So over here in Bhagavatam it is saying Krishna Varnam. The Lord will appear and he will Varna, he will describe, he will chant the holy names of Krishna. Tvisha Krishnam, his luster will be a Krishnam, will be not blackish, it will be golden. Sango Pangastra, Sangha Upanga Astra, he will be coming down with his associates, with his companions, with his Astra. So what is the Astra of Caitanya Mahaprabhu? Harinam. What else? Sudarshan Chakra? His beauty, that is his only weapon. He attracts people, he kills the tendency of impious deeds in the heart of the people by his beauty. That is his weapon. Sango Pangastra Parshadam. For what? What does he appear? Yajnehi Sankirtana Praye. To establish the Yajna of Sankirtana. Yajantihi Sumedasa. Meda means Buddhi. Medasa means one who possesses Buddhi, means intelligent person. Sumedasa, superlative degree, very intelligent. So very intelligent people are going to worship Caitanya Mahaprabhu in Kali Yuga. So that's the first reference. Then another reference is, as I don't have time, I won't read this beautiful shloka. But the whole point is, Radha and Krishna, the transcendental pastimes of Radha and Krishna are controlled by Ladini Shakti. In Radhashtami I spoke about Ladini Shakti is the internal potency of Krishna, Ladini Shakti, and she is none other Radharani. She is the one who controls all the pastimes. They both are one identity, but they separated into two separate forms eternally. And in Caitanya Mahaprabhu, they have combined again. They have combined again to appear as Caitanya Mahaprabhu. And then the last line, Radha Bhava Dyuti Suvaditam. So Caitanya Mahaprabhu is the one who accepts the sentiment, the bhava, the mood, and Dyuti, the luster of Srimati Radharani, and he appears. So we worship that Caitanya Mahaprabhu who has the golden complexion and the mood of Srimati Radharani. So now the next question is why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared. So there are different reasons. So if you see in today's WhatsApp, in morning we sent out that information, 3 internal reasons and 3 external reasons. So I just combined all of them in one bullet point each. The first one is the internal reason. So Krishna knew that Srimati Radharani loves him unconditionally, but he doesn't know why she loves him so much, and what is that she can love him so unconditionally. To understand why she is loving him so unconditionally, he appeared as Caitanya Mahaprabhu. You understand? He is the supreme personality, he is Bhagavan. He doesn't know why Srimati Radharani loves him so much. To understand that, why she is loving him so much, he has appeared. So just imagine one entire incarnation to know just one thing, why Srimati Radharani is loving him so much. To understand the beauty of her love, to understand the sweetness of her love, to understand what she experiences when she loves him. That's the first, that is the internal reason. Second is, because Advaita Acharya prayed for the Lord to come and propagate the holy name, he appeared in this material world and propagated the holy names of the Lord, congregational chanting. Before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, no Acharya ever explained the intricate pastimes of the Lord. Before, even Madhvendra Puri for that matter, he did not expose it. So understand that most of the people, before coming to this Krishna consciousness movement, they were not aware of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. How many of you have heard about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu before coming to ISKCON? Anyone? You are from which area, Mataji? Which area?
India?
Gujarat. Okay. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did some Leela in Gujarat as such. So that might be the case. So the point is, no one before coming to this Gaudiya Vaishnava philosophy ever knew about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the first incarnation of the Lord. First time he ever exposed the divine pastimes. People do not get an opportunity to hear about the pastimes of Radha Krishna. In Bhagavad Gita, there is no single mentioning of Srimati Radharani. In entire Srimad Bhagavatam, there is no mentioning of Srimati Radharani. Only one word, Aradhito. That only one word is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam. That too, Acharyas had to explain that Aradhito, that is actually referring to Srimati Radharani. So there is no direct reference to Srimati Radharani anywhere in the scriptures. Only Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the one who came, who shared those pastimes with all the devotees around. He gave the holy name so that you can see those pastimes. He gave the holy name so that you can enter into the pastimes. Just imagine the pastimes which people could not hear. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given a key to the back door to enter those pastimes. Things which you cannot hear, you can enter because of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And that is how? By chanting of the holy names. So that is the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So what is the prerequisite of that mercy? Anyone? What are the prerequisites of getting mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Chanting and dancing and faith. Serving his devotees. What else? What are the prerequisites to get mercy? Devotion. Actually, there are only two. Only two. You know, you are my child, you know the slides. So there are only two prerequisites. One is always chant the holy name and do not criticize. Yeah. So these are the only two prerequisites. Someone said devotion. Actually, devotion is not a prerequisite. Prerequisite means unless and until you develop devotion, you won't be allowed to get the mercy of the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So that is not the case. Someone said dancing. It means unless until you learn dancing, you won't get the mercy. One side.
Without devotion, chanting the holy name doesn't actually.
So I'll explain that point as well. So the only two prerequisites to get the mercy of Caitanya Mahaprabhu is chanting of the holy names and do not criticize. It looks very simple, right? Only these two prerequisites. Don't chant always and do not criticize. How many of you in this hall, I think there are only 60-70 devotees, how many of you can claim they are able to follow these two prerequisites? Even one person? Yeah, so Prabhu, we will do Abhishek of you next time. So understand this. These are two simple. Okay, I hope everyone remembers the slide. Chanting always and do not criticize. So, two simple things. But we are not able to follow even these two simple things because it is easy for simple people. And we have complicated our life so much, we are not able to follow these two simple steps. Chanting of the holy names, always, not once an hour, 1.5 hours, 2 hours, always. And second, do not criticize. Not just devotees, anyone for that matter. We have made our life so complicated, we are not able to follow this simple two steps. So, I was hearing Pankaj Mahaprabhu and Janya's Prabhu's lecture of 2008. So at that time, Pankaj Mahaprabhu mentioned, if you define any other thing as a prerequisite, then you will be forced to fulfill that prerequisite. If you think that devotion is important, without devotion you won't get the mercy. Unless and until you develop that devotion, you won't get that mercy. That ye yathama prapadyante. As you approach the Lord, Lord will reciprocate with you in the same manner. So that's why please do not define any other prerequisite to get that mercy of Caitanya Mahaprabhu. So now, first point is simple, right? Always chant. But the question is, what is the trick to chant continuously? Because we are talking about always. Does anyone know what is the trick to chant continuously? Subconsciously, I heard.
Good
What else?
association.
Good association.
Naam Nami Eater.
No offenses.
Huh?
Naam Nami Eater.
No offenses.
No offenses. Okay. So we'll get the answer from the third verse of Shikshashtakam. Shikshashtakam is the verses which Caitanya Mahaprabhu spoke when he was in the highest moods of ecstasy. This is a very difficult topic. If I touch it, it will be another 1 hour for me. So I'll just speak about the verse. So he said, Trinadapi sunichena tarorapi shaishnuna amalina manadena kirtaniya sadahari. So there are 4 basic things, 4 steps which allows you to chant continuously. First is humility. Trinadapi sunichena. You have to be humble than a blade of grass. Now, okay, I thought someone is looking at me. Okay, I'm not going to pay attention to her now. So, Trinadapi sunichena. So, Lord is saying, Caitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, you have to be humble than the blade of grass. Now just imagine the blade of grass. If you step on it, how many times you have heard that blade of grass is retaliating back, shouting back? Did you hear any time when you're stepping on a grass, a blade retaliating back? No. The blade just accepts your stamp. Similarly, we learn from here in our devotional service, there might be many a times devotees are saying something, they are criticizing you. But the point is, our focus should be on our seva. If we are focused on our services, it doesn't matter what anyone talks, because it is between you and the Lord. Services which you do, Lord is seeing that. Lord will appreciate it. Lord will reciprocate to that service. And slowly and steadily, Lord being as a Paramatma in the heart of devotees, even those devotees will realize. So our job is to be humble than the blade of grass and continue our services irrespective of the situation. Second is tolerance. So she has come in front of me now. Okay.
We have time.
We have time.
Okay. Now I am the second
It
line.
extended because the lecture was so time extended.
Now I am on the last slide. Okay. How much time we have, Mataji?
We have time till the curtain comes.
Okay. So it will be extended. As soon as the curtain falls, I have to end. Okay. So these are the four condition or second trick is Taror api shahishnuna. You have to be tolerant than the tree. Being in Canada, we know what is the situation of a tree. It has to bear the harsh winter, the scorching heat, the torrential rain. With all the leaves gone, what it does? It continues to exist. It sees that situation around him is bad. He just keeps a low profile. And he knows when the time will come, I will have all my leaves back. Similarly, we learn over here, devotees, that sometimes the time will be difficult. You might lose your loved ones. But what we have to do? We have to focus on our chanting. We have to focus on our seva. Sadhana and seva, 2S. These are the most important which Caitanya Mahaprabhu explained. If you focus on these two, sadhana and seva, then it will be taken care of. Third is giving all respects. Amanina manidena. So now this is a very tricky thing. Amanina manidena. People are willing to give respects only till I am getting respect in return. Moment you say teri to, I will say teri to. That's our conditioning. We are ready to give respects only till we get respect. We say mutual respect to hona chahiye. Right? Everyone agrees? But Caitanya Mahaprabhu is saying that amanina manadena. One who is able to follow this amanina manadena, giving respects to everyone and expecting anything in return, nothing in return. Only then Kirtanya Sada Harihi. Only then you can chant the holy names of the Lord always. So that is the trick given by Mahaprabhu himself. And now, how many of us have been in this movement for at least 4 or 5 years? How many? Okay, we have almost like 10, 15 and many devotees over here. How many of us are able to say they are able to chant continuously? Not even one hand.
Because you will do Abhishek for
That's a tricky thing I do. Okay, so the point is why we are not able to chant continuously, because we don't have these things. We are not humble. We are not tolerant. We don't give respect to everyone. We give respect on external level. We see Kantimala, it means devotee. We give respect. We see senior devotee, we give respect. Actually, who needs most services? A sannyasi or a newcomer? Newcomer. Sannyasi doesn't need your respect. Sannyasi doesn't need your services. He is qualified enough to take care of himself. Services should be given to the newcomers. Taking care of them with a genuine heart. You have to help them in their Krishna consciousness. But what we do? We give respect categorically. That person is the one who can promote me for initiation. He can recommend me for initiation, that's why I will respect him. He is a counselor, that's why I will respect him. He is a mentor, that's why I will respect him. I am not respecting him because he is a human being. Respect should be because you see the Paramatma in the heart of that person. I remember in 2012, Narendra Modi gave when he was a chief minister of Gujarat, at that time he gave a speech. He said that the problem is in our consciousness. Till date, we were seeing Ganga as mother. We were taking care of her. Moment we saw that Ganga is H2O, it's just water, we started spoiling her. Moment till date we saw Paramatma in the tree, we used to respect it. Moment we saw it's a indhan, it's a fuel, we started cutting it down. So problem isn't within just consciousness. A politician has this understanding. But what about us? We practicing Krishna consciousness for so long, chanting, reading Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam after so much, we fail to see the Paramatma in the heart of each and every personality. That is, we have to practice, and that will come by chanting of the holy names. You have to chant more seriously. So if you see the life of Caitanya Mahaprabhu, he lived for almost 48 years, from 1486 to 1930. I don't remember the exact, almost 48 years. So in of that 48 years, 24 years he spent in Navadvip. 6 years he was on Yatra. He did Vrindavan Yatra, South India Yatra. He visited Prayagraj, Varanasi, gave instructions to Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami. After that, last 18 years he spent in Jagannath Puri. Out of that 18 years in Jagannath Puri, 12 years he spent in one particular house, in one particular room. Does anyone know what is that room? Gambhira. Initially, for his whole life, it was his mission to propagate the holy names of the Lord. He is propagating the holy names of the Lord in the initial phase of his life. But at the last stage of his life, he is not preaching. He is experiencing the holy name. As a preacher, everyone has to follow this. No matter how great you are, no matter how many people follow you, if you don't chant your rounds nicely, you are going to fall down. You might be president, you might be treasurer, you might be any damn person in this world. If you're not chanting your holy names sincerely, seriously, and with no ulterior motive, you are going to fall down. I can give it in writing. No matter how high your consciousness is, if you are not chanting nicely, your consciousness is going to fall down. So every one of us should understand from Caitanya Mahaprabhu that chanting has to be done seriously, sincerely, and with no ulterior motives. If we are able to do that, we can hear the pastimes from devotees. If we are able to chant sincerely, more seriously, we will be able to see the pastimes of the Lord. If we chant more seriously, we will be allowed to enter. It's not an exaggeration. We will be allowed to enter into the pastimes of the Lord. So Prabhu, I just remembered your point of devotion. The point is, unless and until you chant the holy names with these humility and tolerance and all, you won't develop that devotion. Devotion is something which you cannot acquire on your own strength. Devotion is something which is granted by the Lord. When you chant, Mahaprabhu gives that mercy of devotion. Devotion is a result of your chanting. It's not a prerequisite for chanting. Does that make sense? Yeah. So, over here we see that when we have this, when we are able to chant continuously, and that chanting has to be without Vaishnava Aparad, without Dham Aparad, without Nama Aparad. Inattentive chanting is one of the most prominent aparad that you can do towards the holy name. So that's why we have to chant the holy names. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So to get the mercy of the Lord, you have to chant the holy names of the Lord sincerely. Write this down. Chanting of the holy name should be sincerely, seriously, and with no ulterior motives. then only you can first hear the pastimes, see the pastimes, and enter the pastimes. Because Caitanya Mahaprabhu has the key to the back door of all those pastimes. And that key is chanting of the holy names. Many people think that anything which is simple, it is not true. You want something complicated, then you will believe that this, like, if I stand on one leg like Hiranyakashipu for 1,000 years, then I will get something. It is very difficult to believe. Just by just chanting of holy names, you can enter into the pastimes of the Lord. So again, let's try. If you are able to close your eyes and chant sincerely so that you hear those pastimes. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So, how much time I have now?
When Ankush Prabhu gets tired.
Happened a while ago.
Okay.
Depends on Ankush.
So, as you all have sincerely, seriously, and with no ulterior motives chanted the holy name, I have to share that mercy of Caitanya Mahaprabhu. I have told it last time also, I remember it last year, but I will say it again. So this particular pastime is from Nimbark Sampradaya. There is an Acharya called as Thakur Haridas. He is an incarnation of Lalita Sakhi. He is from that Nimbark Sampradaya. And one time it appeared that, and one day he was meditating near the temple of Baki Bihari. How many of you have visited Vrindavan? Okay. And how many of you have visited Baki Bihari temple? Okay. So this pastime is from that particular temple. Okay. So one time it happened, Lord visited a dream of a devotee, not a devotee as such, as a pious person, a merchant, very rich merchant. And he told him that you have many properties, sell one of your property, and from that money which you acquire, buy a perfume and go to Thakur Haridas and give it to him. He will offer it to Baki Bihari. So merchant sold his property. He made a perfume out of that money and he went to Thakur Haridas. At that time, Thakur Haridas was meditating with his eyes closed, not aware of his external consciousness. At that time, he said, Gosaiji, I have brought a perfume for Baki Bihari, so please offer it to him. Gosaiji, Thakur Haridas opened that bottle. It was almost a liter of a bottle, perfume. He just poured the entire bottle in the ground. How many of you have heard this pastime? Okay. So he poured that entire bottle on the ground. And the person, the rich merchant, this Gosaji has went crazy. I bought such an expensive perfume, selling my entire property, and he has just poured it in the soil. What a foolish sadhu. With his anger, with his frustration, he entered into Baki Bihari. The darshan was closed. His hands are, he's doing that pranam to the Lord, but in the heart he's angry. Such a foolish Gosai, he lost all my property in that perfume. I'm never going to come back to any Gosai ever. And then the darshan opened. What a coincidence. Shri Radha Shyam Sundar ki, Gaura Nitai ki, Caitanya Mahaprabhu ki, Chaitanya Charitamrita ki. So, Mahaprabhu made sure that I am able to complete my content, however fast it is. So, I am just ending within 2 minutes. Mataji, 2 minutes. Everyone can sit down. You have 2 more minutes. Okay. So I'll just end the pastime quickly. So now, again coming back, pay attention. Lord is there. He's not rushing out. He is also hearing those pastimes. Yeah, he is hearing. It's not a joke. So now Gosaiji has thrown that perfume in the ground, and now he is thinking in the front of Baki Bihari, what a foolish sadhu he is. I will never come back to him. And then the darshan opened, and he saw dhoti of Baki Bihari is wet, and the fragrance of that perfume is coming from the dhoti of Baki Bihari, and he was confused. How he was like, he did not have words to process his thoughts. How this could happen? And then he rushed back to Thakur Haridas and he asked, how did it happen? Thakur Haridas, being Lalita Sakhi, at that time he came out of the meditation and he said that today is Holi, and really today is Holika Dahan, tomorrow Dhuli Vandan will be there. So I thought this is the appropriate pastime to be spoken today. So Thakur Haridas said, I was with Srimati Radharani, and at that time Krishna with his pichkari, I don't know the English word for pichkari.
Pichkari.
Yeah, pichkari. Everyone understand pichkari, right? Yeah, because I know the water gun, it doesn't make sense for me. So he threw that pichkari, Krishna with his pichkari, he threw the water on blouse of Srimati Radharani and she got wet. And Srimati Radharani, that man, she was so angry that how this person made me wet. Now just see, both are playing Holi. They are supposed to get wet. But still, Radharani is getting angry. How this Krishna made me wet. She said, Lalite, give me something. Very angrily. At that time, Thakur Haridas, he did not have any water near him. He had that bottle of perfume. He opened the pichkari of Srimati Radharani and poured the entire, when he poured it in the soil, he actually was meditating on that pastime. He poured that perfume in the pichkari of Srimati Radharani and then gave it to her. And Radharani, when she blew that pichkari, she blew it on the dhoti of Krishna and he was totally wet. So that's how the perfume which was thrown in the soil went on to Baki Bihari. So that is the power of meditation. If we are sincere enough, we can actually enter into the pastimes. That is the power of the holy names. So on this auspicious occasion of Gaura Purnima, we pray to Caitanya Mahaprabhu that please allow us to chant continuously. Please refrain us from, don't allow us to criticize, because on our strength even we can't do that. So that's why one of the Acharya of Sri Sampradaya, I remember his prayer, he said, Oh Lord Ramchandra, I don't have anything to give it to you. I only have anarthas. I'm offering my anarthas to you. Because I don't have any qualification. So we can offer it to Caitanya Mahaprabhu. Oh Lord, I have this anartha of criticizing devotees, criticizing everyone. I'm offering it to you. You please take care of that. And please allow us to hear, to see and enter the pastimes of the Lord for the rest of the eternity. Thank you very much.